Hello everybody and welcome to XCOM Chimera Squad. It's been a while, but I had a poll out to vote for to see what the next series would be, and XCOM Chimera Squad it is. So we're doing a lightly modded run because you can't do a heavily modded run in Chimera Squad. There's like 50 mods released for the game because it just didn't take that well, which is a shame. I think it's a very fun game, so it's a shame it didn't get as much of a modding scene as XCOM 2. But it is what it is. So I'll have the mod list linked in the description, but before we start I feel like I should mention a couple of the bigger mods, or at least the more important mods, the ones that have more tangible effects on the gameplay. Obviously you can look at what they do fully if you look at them on the workshop, but I'll give you a brief rundown. So firstly, we've got captures are okay. It's a simple mod really. All it does is making it that if you knock a unit unconscious and capture them, that gives you XP. Turns out in the default game you don't get any XP for doing that, which is not really the message you want to send in your we are the police the police game. So that just fixes that so that captures also reward XP. Next you've got remote medkit used for specialists. It sounds pretty self-explanatory, and it kind of is. It gives both the gremlin users in the game, so Patchwork and Terminal, access to remote heals, gremlin heal basically from XCOM 2. It also makes a few tweaks to Terminal's kit, because her aid protocol also heals. I can't remember the exact changes. Like I said, you can have a look at it. But it makes a few changes to that as well that I think suits it better. Then we've got roster size workaround and base agents gain XP. Very very long name. But it does what it says. Basically, in the base game, you can only get like 8 agents, I think, something like that. And that's boring. Across the course of the campaign, I want to be able to use all of them. And I want to be able to use all of them without them being completely neutered when I get to endgame if I haven't used them before. So that's why the mod comes packed with base agents gaining XP, so even agents who don't go on the mission will still gain a partial amount of the XP from the mission, which means that even if we don't use them, they'll still get some level of XP, which is good. Then we've got weapon pierce tweaks. It seems minor, but I feel like I should mention it anyway. Basically, the assault rifle gets +1 armor pierce, and the shotgun gets -1 armor pierce. Vaguely fits the roles they fulfill, but also I feel like it just makes combat a little more engaging, because with how close quarters most things are, the shotgun is just typically one of the better weapons, especially because it just does more damage. So giving it a sort of vague niche I think is interesting, and I don't think it'll change things too much, but I feel like I had to mention it because it's the last one. Then we've got 2 more mods that I've actually done a little bit of tweaking, just a tiny amount because I don't know how to code. Better scaling capture intel, which in the base game, you may remember, it's for every enemy you capture you get a 20% chance to gain intel. However, once you hit 100%, there's no bonus in going over it, so the game basically only incentivizes you to capture 5 enemies to guarantee that you get the intel reward, and then that's it. So what that mod does is give it so that each unit you capture has an individual chance to give you intel, which gives it, on average you'll get the same amount of intel, but it gives you scaling for if it gives you more rewards for knocking them out in the first place. I tweaked that slightly. I think the base chance is 25%, but my change is to make it 33%, so every unit we capture has a 33% chance to give us intel. I think it's a good tweak personally. And then the last one is strategy modifiers. Simple one. Basically it was meant by Reality Machinima to be a place you could store all of your tweaks to the strategy layer, in case of the game updating or what have you. The default values are changed if you install it. It makes it a bit more marathon-y, so basically everything takes a bit longer, which I'm grateful for because it gives me more time to play with all the cool toys that are in this game, and there are a lot of cool toys, so I want to play with them. I might have changed this one myself. I'm not 100% sure. I made these configs a while ago for a personal playthrough that I never really got off the ground, so it could have changed, and I'm not entirely certain. But you know, well, basically the game will take a bit longer than it would have in its vanilla state, which is fine because, like I say, more chance to use more things, and with more agents, it also makes sense to have more things. So, with all of that rambling out of the way, let's get off this load screen and get into the campaign selections. So, I am I am not very good at video games. I will be playing on normal. You can say that I should play on impossible if you want, and you're wrong. This is my feeling of it. I want to have fun. This playthrough is for fun and to sort of have a look at the game in a way that I feel like people probably haven't had, like to actually experience the story of the game and what have you, because I think it's a fun game. It's quirky, it's silly sometimes, but that's what gives it its charm, you know. So I am happy with just playing on normal to get through that. We've got a few other modifiers. Hardcore, which is an interesting one, and Iron Man I will not be doing. Iron Man because I don't trust that this game's stable enough to run Iron Man, even though it's only lightly modded, you can never trust. And Hardcore because no. We don't need extended citiality, we don't want the tutorial. I'm happy with that, I've played this game before. We want subtitles, and I will turn off healing between encounters, because I still want sometimes, and I feel like getting healing between encounters is a little eh. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. That was really anticlimactic. It went straight into a load screen. But yeah, we'll get the starting cutscene and we'll be all good. Here we go.
Tonight, Mayor Nightingale perished in an explosion at City 31's Memorial Museum. The identity of her assailants is unknown at this time. The City Council asks citizens to remain...
So she gets vaporized the same day XCOM sends Chimera Squad to our city?
I love
you
this
hear
guy.
that voice in your head? That's me telling you to wake up!
Despite opposition, Mayor Nightingale's deciding vote brought the Reclamation Agency to the city. Without her support, Chimera Squad's continued presence is an open question.
I love the style they take for these cutscenes as well. Here's our first mod, and that's changing the draft system for a new game. Basically, you would normally pick from all of the agents and just pick 4. This instead gives you 3 or 4 choices out of 3. I like that more because 4 choices of 3 agents is a lot better than 1 choice of 12 agents, because analysis paralysis is a hell of a drug. So we're going to go through, we're going to pick our starting squad. So we've got Claymore, who is, he's explosives, you've got Terminal, who is support, and you've got Shelter, who is also kind of support. I played with Claymore a lot, and Terminal especially a lot, because she's, you know, she's the go-to support. Everybody who sees her picks her in the first playthrough, because obviously. I like Claymore, and I do like Terminal, but I think I want to go Shelter because I don't think I really used him. He's a sort of rough support. Yeah, he can basically side shift between locations. He'll get other abilities later. What he gets later doesn't really matter, I'll be honest, I don't care. So yeah, we'll go with Shelter. Torque, Zephyr and Cherub. Again, Zephyr, I love Zephyr, probably too much. She is great. She has a vibrant personality. Yeah, that's what I like about her. That's honestly true, to be fair. Everybody in Chimera Squad has a funny personality. But I used her a lot. She was like in all of my squads in my first playthrough. So I'm going to try and avoid Zephyr, so she's out. Torque I actually never got in my first campaign. Also, I really like her quote. Quote, sure Whisper, can you quote this gesture? How about 2? I wonder what she was doing there. You know, it's funny, haha, snake lady, awooga, awooga. But, it's between Torque and Cherub. Cherub is he's big tank. He got big tank energy, and Torque is more. I guess, I know they're all called agents, but I feel like she's the best described as an agent. She's like sort of CQ or CQC, CC, so crowd control, you know, disruption. I am considering Torque because I remember not really liking Cherub, but I feel like that might be unfair because I used him like twice. No, I'm gonna go with Torque. We've already got a support like style in a similar vein to Cherub, so huh. This is a difficult choice. So there are two more people who I absolutely relied on in my first playthrough, Godmother and Blueblood. I used both of them. They were in my A team. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I think they're really good. But I want to do something different. So while I will use them when I inevitably get them eventually, they're not my priorities. So we're going to go with Axiom here, purely because he's not Godmother or Blueblood. I used him a bit because he's one of the tutorial agents, if I remember rightly. Also, you know, obligatory mute on lip comment. That's... I don't think that's meant to be there. Ah well. I hope... Did we get all of the agents? Oh, there is only... Actually, no, it makes sense. This isn't meant to be listed like this, but there is only 11 agents, so I guess it makes sense that when you're picking between them, you get a pick of 2 at the end. I'm going to pick Patchwork. They kind of fulfill a similar role, if you ask me. Verge and Patchwork, they're both, like, utility. Although, actually, to be fair, from what I heard, Patchwork's actually pretty good at damage. But they're both utility-based. I just want to try out Patchwork as well because she'll be a support in some ways because she has Gremlin Heal, and that's good to have. So we'll go with Patchwork.
Chimera Squad, heads up. Director's on the line from XCOM HQ.
Chimera Squad, I know you're still settling in, but this cannot wait. A short time ago, insurgents crashed the opening of City 31's Memorial Museum. They took Mayor Nightingale hostage. 3-1 PD attempted a rescue, but the insurgents triggered a plasma bomb. Everyone inside was lost. Yes, 3-1 PD should have requested our help, but dwelling on that is counterproductive. We need to focus on what we do next. A crude plasma bomb killed the mayor. The insurgents had no access to materials for that.
Does that mean they had outside help?
That's the obvious conclusion.
Most likely. There are 3 groups in City 31 with access to this kind of ordnance.
I just want to say I like that the voice line for this does change based on if you did the tutorial or not, where Kelly makes a point of mentioning, yeah, they should have asked us for help, but they didn't, and you know that they should have. And I like that because I'm pretty sure if you do the tutorial, like the mission where the mayor gets exploded is the tutorial mission, so that's funny. I don't think it really matters. I did Grey Phoenix first, I think, in my first campaign. I really like Grey Phoenix. I think I'll probably save them for laughs this time. I think I went Grey Phoenix, Sacred Coil, Progeny. So I think I'll go Sacred Coil first, then Progeny, and then Grey Phoenix last, I think. So let's go with them. Sacred Coil, by the way, an underground religious movement for hybrids. They preach salvation, but only for those who once fought XCOM. And this is the start of our investigation into Sacred Coil. We need to know more about them before we can proceed with our investigation. So let us go back. I think can I?
An emergency
Please.
session of the City Council voted 5-4 against a citywide curfew. Councilor Parada spoke for the majority.
There is no need for such extreme measures. Mayor Nightingale's death is a tragedy, but to shut down the city due to fear would reject the very principles by which she lived.
3-1 PD remains on high alert throughout City 31. Commissioner Malouf released the following statement.
Every 3-1 PD officer grieves for Mayor Nightingale. Rest assured, we will bring those responsible to justice.
More on this story as it develops. This is Celio Dash
Celio
for
Dash, be
Channel
quiet.
37.
My hood. Game. 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 Oh, even the pause button's gone now. Great. Well, what we've learned is I'm not allowed to listen to the dialogue. I was literally about to say I like this because I won't have to voice act my own dialogue like I had to do for Wargroove, because all of the dialogue has voice acting already. And I like listening to it because it's fun little ambient narrative, but unfortunately, Game said no. So I hope this generated a save file, otherwise I'm going to be very upset. So I guess I'll be right back once I figure out what the hell's going on.
Occupation, the city was a fortress supporting an active starport. 5 years after XCOM won the war, it's home to aliens, hybrids, and humans alike. There's new industry, self-government, and local agriculture to support the varied populations. Against all odds, this city thrived after the war. There were no retributive attacks.
Until tonight.
We don't know that, not yet, but we can find out.
Yeah, so, hi, welcome back. It works. I didn't mean to click that. I was going to give a nice little intro, but, well, re-intro, whatever. But hey, you know, you got jumped right in there, so that's good. Anyway, it works. I'm going to go to
Check
assembly.
It out. Headquarters sent us an assembly. And with the right patterns, we can build anything. Or we could with the latest version. What you're looking at is the extremely finicky 2038 model. It'll take time to stress test our patterns, but once we have them, we're good to go.
I do like that they somehow make lore of why why we have to do research, which is funny. These are, I believe, mod added ones, but we have to do Android personnel first anyway, so let's get on it. Then go back. We can't do any of the others yet because we need to do the first mission, so let's just hop right in. We're going to go to investigate Sacred Coil. I was going to say, aren't I meant to... They don't have a locked icon. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I can't do this yet. But, no, I can't. I was right. Whisper here. I'll keep you updated on any activities requiring our attention. Speaking of which, Sacred Coil is raiding a storage facility that holds Advent-era contraband. We should prevent that, right? I do like Whisper. Whisper is a good change from having Bradford.
We are not the police. If you see a theft, call it into 3-1 PD and move on. But there is one notable exception. Hostile forces carrying dangerous contraband may attempt to flee the scene. Don't let them escape.
Yeah, just move on, guys. It's fine. So, for some reason, the game does start you with a breaching charge. And let's face it, who is more fitting to have a breaching charge than Mr. Muton? I don't remember, none of the others have... Yeah, you can't change the sort of weapons that most of them use. I didn't know Shelter used an SMG, that's interesting. Yeah. And I just want to check, can I build anything
Our
here?
temporary field office has all the basics. Weapons, comms, and ammunition. Supply is where we request everything else. As long as it's in the squad's budget, it's ours.
Oh, thank you for that. We want a med kit, I think. Yeah, we'll buy one med kit. I like tranq rounds, but they were the only rounds I ever used in my first campaign, so I'm gonna try not to use tranq rounds too much. I'm gonna buy a stash of tracer rounds. And I think a ceasefire, because being able to turn enemies off seems like a good idea. So we give the utility item to, or we give the med kit, sorry, to Patchwork because she has Gremlin heal. Then Torque gets the tracers because I want her to be able to aim good. Why does she has plus 25? I do not know. Oh, does it count aim shot? Is everybody getting that? No. Talk, why do you have listed plus 25 aim? I think as off it is only plus 20. Does Shelter have it? Because he has an SMG as well? No, okay. I don't know what's going on with Talk. But, you know, whatever. Yeah. Shelter gets the ceasefire grenade. Yeah, Torg is just... Torg is easier to say, so I'm going to say that, even though it's probably Torg. But Torg is easier. So, there we go. We're ready for our first mission. Operation Quaint Peak, which is an interesting mission name. Let's go. Dude, I love the APC. Wait, that tip? I don't think I knew that tip for my entire first campaign.
Earlier this week, a security camera spotted Sacred Coil flunkies sniffing around this warehouse. Today, the silent alarm went off. The place is full of Advent-era contraband on the way to a tech vault.
Why catalog these things? You should melt it all down.
You know, she does have a point. Let's see. What do we have? So, 2 of the 3 entrances have low visibility. Great. But the last unit through the first gets an extra action point, and the only unit through this one can use run and gun, which seems pretty good. I don't know what I don't remember what the shield icon means. I assume that's probably either targets or cover. Oh well. So who do I want to give an extra action point to? Probably Torque. She has a lot of useful things. Then run and gun sounds most useful on Axiom. And then we just put the other 2 through here. I don't know why bash door is like an alternate breach option, because it doesn't do anything different to just fire, but you know, it's cool. So. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this turn order as well. Yeah. Yeah. Because we can use shelter to pull back someone out of position if we need to.
Breaching now. We're going in.
Wow, Talk, your shots suck. I guess to be fair, yeah, low visibility. Also, I have a mod that improves cover defense, so like I don't know why I'm surprised. Yeah, the difference between low cover and high cover is lessened with these mods. I mean, you might as well take that shot. They're surprised, so they won't be doing anything. Nice shot, Talk. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, you're always in the shotgun's weapon range. This is why giving it negative pierce feels kind of necessary. We'll just go for your highest shot. Minimum rolled on that one. See if you can finish it off. Nice shot. Yeah, we'll just gun for this. Grazed, great. Since they were all surprised, we're all good. So he's the one that's escaping, I believe. That's what that's telling me. Also, the game didn't come with an F1 screen, but a mod added it. So now I can actually learn what these guys do, which is great. Okay, commandos are basic, and I bet androids are even more basic. Oh, they can explode. Cool. It's been a while since I played, so you'll have to forgive me if some of this is obvious to you. Now, ideally, I don't really want to kill this dude. Oh yeah, the chance for tongue pull is a lot less than what it used to be. I want to try and...
Watch me move.
If you must.
Yeah, I don't want to kill, I want to try and capture him. And my best bet at that is to then tongue pull him. and then I have a chance to just subdue him. I thought it was 1 to 2, not 2 to 3.
Why don't you lie down for a bit?
There we go. So, yeah. Axiom, his whole thing is he can smash, and the smash has chances to inflict status effects. I mean, you can't knock that out anyway, so there's not much point in using that.
Make way.
So just take the shot.
Hostile killed.
I mean, it's the first room on the first mission. Didn't expect it to be hard.
Sacred Coil stole specialized mech parts. The kind you can't easily replicate.
Those parts are easily smashed. I don't see the problem.
Axiom, big dumb, you see. Successful shot stun isn't that good. Increased defense for 1 round seems pretty good. I think I'm just going to send everybody through here. Just to be fair to everybody, let's give everybody a turn. You know, see what they do. Oh, we got a lot of enemies here. Good chance on the android. The one alert one. No, that's my detailed view. Okay. Alert one is dangerous. I don't remember exactly. Why can I? Oh, I guess this guy must be a civilian. I was like, why can I not shoot them? You want to take the shot on the far away one. Yeah, that's the reason why. Because, like, dude, look at that shot chance. If we're going to shoot anything anyway, we want it to be the robots, because I'd like to try and capture, you know, I want to capture as much as possible. I consider myself a reasonable sort. That guy have full cover? No, he's just alert, which means that we don't get the bonus aim on him. Talk, you can just cover rush. The alert, surprise, and active system, as far as I remember, is basically just like a tweaked version of yellow alert. So alert enemies will do like defensive things like throwing smoke. Surprise enemies will do nothing, and active enemies will like shoot you and stuff. Yeah, prep is hunkered down, team up, free action to move someone up in the turn order. It's coming back to me, it's coming back to me. Would this chain, I suppose? Damage is 4. It's high damage for the early game. Huh. I didn't know she just started with Haywire. I think we could just move for the subdue, but I suppose our issue is what happens if it's too weak. We'll be fine, Patrick has a lot of health.
Arrested another target.
There you go. And then, yeah, Shelter can relocate everybody. It's literally just a swap position. So I have to pick this game back up. It's been a while, you know, and SMGs just have a chance to graze on misses.
I have to move.
Even as a flank, this probably isn't amazing, yeah, because of the smoke. We've got 2 units that act before him, so realistically, even if this doesn't kill...
Subdue the target.
Oh, it kills anyway. There you go. I say kill, if this doesn't knock out.
Sacred Coil is on the run. Don't lose them in the warehouse.
I mean, they haven't done a very good job of losing us so far, Whisper. I think we'll be alright. Successful shots on enemies, crit. I mean, we want to send Axiom in there for the best chance. Increased dodge as a combat against the enemies deal +1 damage seems like a good idea to me. So we'll send... think we up this one's priority so that Axiom goes first, then Talk, and then these guys. Yeah, that seems fitting.
Keep behind me.
There's no one breaching with you, Axiom, so they can't really keep behind you. Purifier, another android would be nice. Yeah, and that's aggressive, so yeah, shoot the android. Okay, so that was probably a miss that got tweaked into a graze. Again, I want to try and I think I'm just going to have to kill him. He's probably too much of a risk if I don't. And yeah, you don't have a chance of getting that dude, so just cover him. Don't like that purifier up there, but thankfully he's surprised.
I see the target.
So they're trying to retreat, I guess, to there. I thought that they were going to retreat in the last ones, but I guess they'd just retreat further into the encounter. So if we didn't get them, they'd have just run off to get later in the encounter. That makes sense. What is this guy's deal? Okay, so it's literally, the purifier is just an advent purifier, except he probably doesn't explode on death. I hope not, anyway. He has, how much health is that? 6 health, I think. Six health? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 health. So as long as this doesn't who's actually going? That guy's going. And I only have a 50% accuracy on him, really? Oops. Target previews going a bit jank. But yeah, I only have 50% accuracy on him because of his innate defense. Man, Axiom suck, dude. How can you not melee that dude? Move Psych up to get better rage. Oh, how is that now out of melee range? Seriously. Okay, well, an Overwatch is our best bet. Sure, he's out of cover, but that guy's most likely to just run away. Oh, he's gonna get out. That was unfortunate that Axiom was just on the wrong side of the room to do anything about that dude. See if we can't get a tongue pull off. Yeah, good work, Talk. And then we just bind him.
Just go to sleep. Should have squeezed you unconscious.
This is the reminder that by default, despite that voice line, the Viper hug, as it were, cannot, or it doesn't apply unconscious. Like getting hugged by a Viper just kills you. Which, to be fair, it is Talk, so actually that does make quite a lot of sense. Let's see if we can get into range. We want to weaken the Purifier so that a Subdue can finish him. Hopefully this doesn't crit. It doesn't. Perfect, and now he's at perfect health range that no matter what. Oh, he's leaving. Oh, I should have gone for the kill. I didn't realise he was leaving. I would have done things differently. Oh well. I mean, let's face it, it doesn't actually matter. We won, and that's what matters. I get I'm playing on normal, but I thought the first mission would be a bit harder. Oh well, things will ramp up, it's fine. My mech heist curtailed. Good work. The last thing City 31 needs is more advent mech spread and terror. Oh, and Director Kelly is on the line. I'll patch her through when you get back to base. Thanks, Whisper. Good first mission. Good first showing. I hope that dude counts as captured, because, like, Talk had him bound. I feel like that should definitely count as captured. Ah, the mention of Bradford. Hey, we got 2 captures out of our 33%. That is pretty good odds. Aliens in your agency? Jane, what are you thinking? What is our greatest existential threat? The Elders returning. And if they do, who will we need to fight them off? Everyone. I get it. I've seen the projections. But do you really think the commander will go for this? I think the commander has always seen the bigger picture. And I mean, clearly he has, because we have aliens in Reclamation, so...
If Sacred Coil went after mechs, they need soldiers. But for what army? They were underground until Mayor Nightingale's election drove them to the surface. Their hatred for her gave them motive. Find out if Sacred Coil had the means to carry out an assassination.
I don't really understand it. Doesn't Sacred Coil fight like for hybrids? Yeah, they... Okay, I guess to be fair, if Mayor Nightingale... No, it makes sense, because they preach salvation for hybrids, but only those who fought XCOM. Considering Mayor Nightingale literally helped push the XCOM affiliated Reclamation Agency into the city, I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't like her. Sacred Coil's interest in gene therapy is no secret. Reclamation believes they've engaged in full-blown genetic experimentation. If it's a rumour, disprove it. If not, shut them down before they concoct a brand new horror show. Interesting that was the takeaway. We can now select an agent to add to the squad. Brilliant.
The director convinced the city council we're too understaffed to be effective. This means we can bring more agents to City 31. It's not the whole squad, not yet, but it's something.
Thanks, Whisper. Well, again, Bluebird and Godmother are going to be like the last two that I pick up. So, do we want to go for Verge or Cherub? Verge is good if we keep the whole I want to subdue enemies thing going on, because he works best with enemies who are already unconscious because they stay in his network. Cherub I think also works quite well as a sort of melee focused agent, because his melee focus is on subdue. But with the earlier with easier difficulty, the issue is with easier difficulties, less people are going to get shot, which naturally means that his ability to reduce the effect of getting shot is just less effective. So I think I'll go with Verge on this one.
Verge, welcome to our temporary home. What are your thoughts on exposed steel girders?
Remarkably positive. They reduce risk of psionic attack.
Really?
Ha! No. The steel does nothing. We are completely exposed to psionic incursion.
Thanks for the next few weeks of fear-powered insomnia.
Whisper, you don't get enough sleep anyway, I can just tell. Anyway, I think what I'll do is every time we get a new agent, I will read their biography, and then for the default 4, when we don't get a new agent, I'll read one of their biographies. So, for Verges, prior to invasion, he was psionic support for an infiltration unit of Thin Men, and during the 2015 invasion, he actively worked to subdue human governments, experimented with delicate long-term mental control of human subjects, around 15 years old. This also, I'm pretty sure, makes Verge a sectoid commander, rather than just a sectoid, because base sectoids did not have the ability to exhibit mental control, shall we say. During the occupation, assigned the long-term control of an influential human who could keep the populace docile with comprehensional, reassuring answers to their questions about aliens. Selected as a candidate for conversion into sectoid infused with human genetic material, post-conversion exhibited signs of empathy towards the human populace. Quietly began to tip off resistance groups. Oops, we gave him too much of the human and now he feels bad. During the War of Civilization, served as a mole actively aiding resistance groups in XCOM. Present, spent time in detention camp until XCOM realised his role. Oh, sugar. Don't right click, it sends you back. Until XCOM realised his role in the war. Agreed to Reclamation Agency transfer. Director Kelly approved his admission to Chimera Squad. He's a good boy, really. His abilities is the neural network. For he can put enemies in the neural network with his abilities, and he gains aim for every enemy in the neural network, which is both stupor, which stuns a target for 1 to 2 actions, as well as adding them, and then attacks an enemy to make them go berserk and attack a nearby target. Also, you'll notice all agents gain aimed shot. This is a mod again, you know, one of the few. It just is a more accurate shot that takes 2 actions. Sometimes it's hard to flank without putting yourself in a bad position, and you want to take a shot through cover. Aim shot is that. You know, it's good. Anyway, welcome to the team, Verge. I should probably go through the others' abilities, but it's fine, we don't need to do that. I'll go until the next mission, I think, because I believe that this will be a, you know, we'll have a spa day, so to speak.
I'm authorizing Chimera Squad for special operations. Some ops provide useful resources for the squad. Keep an eye out for these opportunities.
Yeah, we can send someone out on a 3-day excursion. I don't think we want to do that yet. I think I'd just prefer to put an agent in for training at the moment. Like, we will need resources, but not yet, you know. So
when you aren't on mission, you need to maintain your skills, physical and mental. Training is the place to do it. It's also where you can adapt to any lasting wounds received in the field. So don't let those wounds linger. You'll pay for them in the long term.
Yes, thank you, Whisper. I believe basic conditioning is just 2 HP for literally everyone. So what I'll do is swap Axiom out for Verge in the main squad, and then put him in because he's the one who'll most benefit from getting 2 extra HP. Actually, no, he probably wouldn't because he's already got a lot of health.
Sacred Coil's interest in gene therapy is no secret. Reclamation believes they're engaged in full-blown genetic
I
experimentation.
already read this line, Kelly.
If it's a rumor, disprove it. If not, shut them down before they concoct a brand new horror show.
How is this your takeaway from them stealing mech parts? How is them taking away mech parts means to you, oh yeah, they're definitely going after gene editing? Like, what? Anyway, we go back. Who has, we'll go to the armory actually, it's probably the best place for it. Who has the lowest base health? You have 8. Can I scroll? No, I can't scroll. You have 8, you have 7, you have 7, you have 8, and you have 9. So it's one of Shelter or Verge. Considering he could sometimes put himself on the line, I think I'll put Shelter in for training first. So Shelter, yes, I want to change him. He can go into basic conditioning. I prefer the buff this early on rather than just going and getting some more resources. Axiom, you're back on the team. It's a free alien squad, not bad. And yeah, we did have missions. So this will be the thing that they mentioned about gene editing or whatever, but it's hidden for 11 days. That's longer than it would be in base. Then we've got this mission that would take some time off of this to make it not be there as long, because the longer this is here, the more district unrest will go up. But unlike in the base game, this will actually stick around for a couple of days. I can't remember the exact number, but this mission will stay for a little while, which means we can actually do one of these and prevent city unrest from building up too much. So do we want Illyrium or do we want Intel? It's been a while, I can't actually remember which is it used for. I think it's the Intel is for field teams, right? Yeah, I thought so. I think getting field teams in districts will be good, so if we put a field team in here, yeah, we want to put a field team in here that gives us, if we put a field team in here that gives us credits, I mean, I know it's on Friday, which is a while away, but if we put it in here to give us credits, we can then go to this one and we'll be able to negate the district unrest with vigilance here. Yeah. So we go to this one and put the foot in there. We'll do this, and I think we'd get a situation next time, so we can go here.
Chimera Squad, I'm Commissioner Maloof of 3-1 PD. To be blunt, I don't give a chrysalit's ass about the politics.
Chrysalid has an ass.
I'm glad you're in the city. 3-1 PD was stretched thin before the mayor's death. There are gaps to fill, and that's where you come in. When your agents can handle a situation better than my officers, I'll send the details your way. If the city council has a problem with that, I'll take the heat. They can't afford to fire me. I look forward to working with you.
Very based. Let's check the mission details.
Hostile forces may attempt to guard a mission-critical device that needs to be stopped. Destroy the device in question when authorized. Keep your distance if you can.
Yeah, we've only got one encounter, so I will go through this one as well. Just because, again, first episode, you know, we want to kick things off a little strongly. Oh yeah, make items available. Shelter, give me ceasefire grenade back. There we go. Yeah, okay, pretty much the same loadout as last time. Let's do it. Hopefully there's a few more enemies in this, considering it's only one projected encounter. But
Hostiles defending the target device.
it's just a destroy. Wow, 2 positive modifiers. First unit gets 1 armor for the encounter, and all units get plus 25 aim during the breach. Well, if there's one chunky boy we want to have armor, it's obviously Axiom. Then better aim is probably better off. Probably better off on Verge actually, then Talk, and then Patrick at the end to finish them off.
Keep behind me.
I forgot how funky turrets look. Okay, so we've got a turret which is aggressive, makes sense. It's just okay. Thank you for that. It's got just basic shot. It will radius, and it's got the marking ability from officers for some reason. Don't question it. This one doesn't have any localization, but one of my mods makes turrets into full cover, and also gives them Guardian, so if they hit you on Overwatch they keep shooting, which to be fair makes sense. Then we've got the Hitman, who just a disabling shot with minor damage, and he has the same passive as Bluebird, so his shots are only 1 action. Commando, saw that dude before. Bruiser, he can hit people in the face. The android, yeah, okay, so the only aggressive one is the turret, so we want to take out the turret if we can, but Axiom's using a shotgun with negative armor pierce, so we want to aim for a slightly less exposed, slightly less armored target if we can. You know what, go for the Hitman. And now you have +1 armor pierce. Or you have 1 armor pierce, I guess is the better way of saying that. Also, for me, it's just 100% shots through the board. I get he's got +25 from the modifier, but Jesus Christ, Verge. Calm down, man. Yeah, we go for the android. We'll go for the turret with nice high roll. I was planning on using Patchwork to finish it off. Nice, that was a great setup. Some civilians. I like that
target. Bust it up.
Wait, was this an Andromedon fighting ring? Is that what was going on here? Because where are the pilots? If so, I'm concerned about what just happened here. Anyway, let's not think about it too much. We have to take out the pylon, which has a decent amount of health. I don't believe you can subdue an android because it is in fact a robot. Who's acting next? The commando is acting next. And we cannot smash it. Unfortunate. At the moment he can't even see it, right? I know he can see it, just even with aimed shot that wouldn't be a very good shot. I'm gonna psych up one. Because I'm pretty sure there's like no risk to going rage 1. because as well as increasing the chance for a secondary effect, I have a mod that also makes rage increase melee accuracy. And he's got the armor, he's got high health, so we'll just send him in.
Deflection.
Ha!
That's some tough armor.
That didn't even do enough damage to like properly KO him.
I'm leaking everywhere.
Yeah, that didn't even do enough damage to properly KO him. We just rolled the KO chance, which is very funny. Okay, let's stun the bruiser. Yeah, because then Torque can focus on getting to the commando at the back. So only one action stun, so we will actually have to deal with him still. I was hoping that would give me a decent shot on the android, honestly, but not so much. Yeah, no way to get it to affect both. I mean, the likelihood is it just primes self-destruct. So let's pin him down with Overwatch. Ow.
Hit, but I still stand.
That was very rude that you just hit me like that. Is he in full cover? He's in low cover. Okay, well, go knock this dude out.
Why don't you lie down for a bit?
Hit him in the elbows, dude. Yeah, we can actually just reprogram that dude if we wanted. And then Axiom gets another turn against the commando. So in that case we heal Axiom.
You'll be okay. I'll fix you up.
And then what's your shot chance? Yeah, he is going to explode is the important part, but there's no civilians in range, so we should be alright. I could just try and reprogram him, but a 1 health android isn't really much. And let's face it, we don't need more allies right now. So.
Blowing some fuses.
Illuminate.
The poor gremlin. Yeah, we got reinforcements at the next turn. But with any luck, we won't need to we don't need to care about them because this will just. I tell you what, because this is not guaranteed. It's 90%. Because this is guaranteed to kill. I want to see if a kill with this actually KOs.
Hello, neighbor.
It's an interesting line. No.
Hostile kill.
Confirm.
Oh, he Angie. He Angie, man. The reinforcements are coming in from up top. Should be able to destroy the pylon this turn, I'm pretty sure. It's worth checking, you know. Just in case we don't kill it, if we low roll all of our shots, we can technically not kill it. Wait, the pylon explodes? I didn't know the pylon explodes.
On the
For God's
go.
sake. I can't leave it there now. And since you might as well.
You'll be okay.
Because it's for one action. Okay, you just need to high roll this. Nah, we got reinforcements. Great, I'm glad that unconscious dude is... I didn't notice the icon there, but I'm glad that unconscious dude is no longer... disoriented. That's the word. So the android is moving last even after patchwork, which means patchwork can deal with it pretty succinctly.
Out of the way.
think our best bet is to just... Well, come on, dude. Your shotgun is literally right there against the flank target, and you still don't have 100%. Kinda cringe, bro. Kinda cringe.
Target killed.
You smack your chest. Okay, I'm gonna stupor the commando. 2 actions done would be ideal. Nope, 1 action's done. But that's fine. You can do that and then finish off the device. He hasn't got many good options.
Oh, you'll regret that.
Yeah, I suppose just missing torque is one of them. Can you tongue pull him? Tongue pull the dude? Yeah, you can.
Get over here.
Is that even cover? I could have sworn I moved talking to cover, but I don't think that's cover. No, it is. Okay. And then you just bind him.
You'll regret that.
And then you have got chaining drill. Reprogram
Overloading target.
is
Marginal as always.
not turn ending, so I can always try it. Oh yeah, all the enemies that belong to us. Yeah, they're only not a flawless, just a lightly wounded, but pilot instructor. Those pilots kept the lights on before City 31 had reliable hydroelectric. Now they're a target for bad actors, so what do they do now then? I guess they're just relays. Either way, Operation Silver Peak, resounding success. Let's see how much intel we get off of our only 3 captures, but you know, it's better than none. I want to aim to capture where possible, but I shouldn't be too picky over it. 40 intel, so we got 2 again. That was lucky. From the archives, by 2042, the district known as the Fringe will undergo a 3-year transformation into Garland Park, a mixed commercial residential zone with full xenoscaping. Until then, enjoy authentic xenoterrestrial cuisine at local establishments. Caution, for your own safety, please avoid the district's quarantine zone. I mean, I don't feel like you're selling that quite as well as you're meant to, City 31 Tourism Council. Yeah. Whatever. Yay, everybody got promoted.
Spontaneous vigils
Everyone
broke out
except
in honor of Mayor
Verge.
Nightingale, whose recent death still roils City 31. Thousands of citizens wish to pay their respects to our city's first freely elected mayor, said one attendee.
She got it, you know? It wasn't about making things better for me and mine. Hybrid, alien, human, she did her best for all of us.
The city council voted unanimously to hold elections within the month. Councilor Parada released the following statement.
Mayor Nightingale once said, governance does not need popular approval, but it requires the people's consent.
This is Celio Dash with
I don't know
Channel 37.
what that statement has to do with any of your things that you just had occur, but whatever. Cool, let's go promote people.
I'm sure you already know your way around the armory. Each of you has a locker here. But it's also where we announce field promotions, which I'm doing now.
You really shouldn't have.
Congratulations. I realize now there should have been a cake.
It's a shame that that's a one-time line. I would love to hear each of the agents' response to Whisper's promotion, but let's see what we get. Toxic greeting, spits a blast of poison at a target, the enemy will remain poisoned for 2 turns. I mean, that makes sense, she is a Viper, it's just kind of a shame that that's what we had to get first, instead of something interesting. Shelter gets Dazzle, oh yeah, that's the one that we saw. He launches a Psy Blast, disorients all enemies near the breach, and the enemy that you target is disoriented for an extra turn. Which seems very good, honestly, being able to neuter enemies so effectively around a breach point. And then yeah, we get combat scanners, which is a breach ability as well, I think. The Gremlin scans the room, applying hollow targets into all enemies, increases the squad's aim by 15 against marked enemies, 1 use per mission. I think that's a breach ability, but it could also just be a general ability. Either way, very useful, plus 15 aim against targets, very helpful. Yep. this, as far as I can tell, is just one of the best breach abilities because there's no downside to using it. He busts through a door, breach points with a chance to panic enemies, and the panic chance increases with more rage. So it's not that useful at the start of a mission, but if you get a multi-encounter mission, you know, he can do some work with that, which is good. So yay, we see our XP count. So yeah, Shelter did get slightly less, unless the kills just grant more. Looks like kills just grant more, so that's probably why he got less, but either way, it could also have something to do with him being on the mission. We got our android as well, android friend. Hello, android friend. You will see very limited use if I have anything to say about it. Okay, so the one we got, I don't care about modular androids. We don't need to worry about upgrading our field teams yet, because we barely have the intel to staff them at the moment. Do we want armor mods, or do we want weapon mods? I feel like we probably want weapon mods, because our armor hasn't had to do too much for us right now. So yeah, we'll do modular weapons first. Yeah, I know, game, I saw them all. You don't have to give me the icon that there's new things there, I get it, I saw it. Don't need to spend anything else yet. Here, hey, I was right. So now, instead of doing a situation, which is boring, we can do another mission, which is good. So we'll do that, I reckon. I'm gonna quickly use vigilance nice and early, get vigilance on cooldown, and just reset the rank back down to none. So now the only place with City Anarchy is this one, which makes sense. Unfortunately, it's still increasing, which we can't really do a lot about right now. But once we do this one, you know, it'll be good. I really like field team abilities. I know it's a little thing, but this is such a good way of having interaction with the strategy layer. I think it's very good, you know. So I like it. That's what matters. So yeah, next time we'll go to this mission to recover chrysalid control codes, which is a sentence indeed. I'm going to quickly put in a field team over here. We want to spread them out fairly well, and I think what we want right now is just another intel, or a bit of intel income. It's currently Saturday, so we've got to go for a full week before we see the benefits of these, but you know, it'll still be helpful when we do get to it. We'll be glad to have spread them out a bit. Yeah, so I hope you liked this little introductory episode of Chimera Squad. I had a lot of fun with it, you know. Again, it's going to take me a while to get back into it. I'm probably not going to be doing the greatest job in general, you know, playing it as well as just explaining things and what have you. But I hope you'll enjoy it nonetheless. I really do like this game, and I hope that this, even if it doesn't particularly change your mind on Chimera Squad, can at least make you enjoy it. You know, you can at least enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care and have a good one.